Some Chinese students will have a new option. The University of San Francisco has become the latest overseas institution to recognize the exam grads. Mark New has our story.
As students prepare to take this year's pressure-filled Gaokao entrance exam, they can at least take comfort in knowing more schools worldwide are valuing the test. The University of San Francisco recently announced that potential Chinese students will not be required to submit U.S. test scores such as the SAT. Instead, through a pilot program, they'll be allowed to use their Gaokao score and go to an in-person interview in China.
We believe that the Gaokao will be just as good a measure of a student's ability to succeed here as the SAT exam. And in some ways, the SAT is designed for North American students, and it tests, it has a certain bias toward U.S. students. So the Gaokao is more culturally appropriate for Chinese students.
Only a handful of U.S. universities allow the Gaokao to be used in lieu of a U.S. test. The likely candidates are Tier 1 students who do not get into their top school of choice in China and will prefer to go overseas. Senior Harry Swin from Jiangsu province believes it will help future Chinese students because they won't have to spend an extra year studying and waiting.
Like me, I want to go to America, study. I have to prepare a couple months and taking this class. Right now, school offers opportunities to students. I think they will save time and save money.
In August, a little more than 200 Chinese students will become freshmen at this campus via traditional U.S. testing. But by accepting the Chinese entrance exam, the university expects to admit about a dozen more Chinese students.
That we have these wonderful students coming from China is a boon to our domestic students. Our students will leave here with a network of friendships that literally stretch around the world.
On campus, Fitzgerald shows me a replica of an astronomy instrument that Jesuits designed and contributed to Qing Dynasty emperors. Fitzgerald believes accepting the Gaokao was also another contribution to U.S.-Sino relations. For what better way to build a bridge than by having more young people from both countries in the classroom together? Mark New, CCTV, San Francisco.